not edited at all? Jungkook's photos at 20 and 28 look unnaturally identical. Is there a hidden truth fans aren't being told? Is it really possible that 8 years can pass without leaving a single visible trace? Or are we looking at something far more calculated than coincidence? That single question is now echoing across social media timelines, fan forums, and entertainment newsrooms after 2 side-by-side photos of BTS's Jungkook, taken at the ages of 20 and 28, sparked one of the most emotionally charged visual debates of 2026. At first glance, the images seem harmless, even nostalgic. Look closer, however, and the resemblance becomes almost unsettling. The same relaxed gaze into the camera, the same bucket hat framing his face, the same aura of effortless youth. Too perfect, some say. Too intentional, others whisper. And suddenly, what began as admiration has transformed into suspicion. The viral post that ignited this storm appeared on X on January 25, 2026, uploaded by the fan account at Jungkook. The caption was disarmingly simple, almost careless in its minimalism, reading only 20 years old Jungkook beside 28 years old Jungkook. No dramatic framing, no bold claims, no guiding narrative. Yet within hours, the post exploded, amassing tens of thousands of likes, thousands of reposts, and hundreds of thousands of views. By the next morning, entertainment media in multiple countries were dissecting it frame by frame, while fans and non-fans alike asked the same uneasy question: how can someone look this identical after nearly a decade? In the first photo, Jungkook is 20, seated casually inside a car. He wears a black bucket hat pulled low, a black shirt with white stripes and a logo that resembles Coke, and an expression that feels almost candid, as if the camera caught him mid-thought. This was the mic drop era, a time when BTS was rapidly transitioning from rising K-pop act to global phenomenon. Jungkook's image then was youthful, raw, and energetic, the face of a young man just beginning to understand the magnitude of his fame. In the second photo, taken when he is 28, Jungkook stands indoors against a glowing neon sign reading, ACK Bytes 7. He is once again in a black bucket hat, paired with a black leather jacket bearing a bold, a logo, a backpack slung over his shoulder, and black pants. The styling is more mature, the setting more deliberate, yet his face appears almost untouched by time. The reactions were immediate and intense. "If you told me it was taken on the same day, I'd believe you," wrote one user, a sentiment echoed thousands of times across different languages. Another comment bluntly declared, "It's the same picture." Others leaned into humor, joking about immortality, vampires, or secret elixirs of youth. Yet beneath the laughter, a more serious tone emerged. Was this simply extraordinary genetics, or was there something else at play? Why did these two images, taken 8 years apart, feel so eerily synchronized? As the post continued to circulate, netizens began to scrutinize details that casual viewers might overlook. The angle of Jungkook's face, the way the bucket hat sits just so, the lighting that smooths shadows rather than exaggerating them. Some argued that the similarity was the result of deliberate styling choices, suggesting that Jungkook, or his team, might consciously recreate certain visual formulas known to resonate with fans. Others pointed out that Jungkook has always been acutely aware of the camera, trained from a young age to understand his best angles, expressions, and poses. Could this awareness be so deeply ingrained that it creates the illusion of frozen time? The discussion quickly moved beyond simple aesthetics and into the realm of branding. BTS is not just a music group. It is one of the most meticulously managed global brands of the 21st century. Every outfit, every public appearance, every image released into the world carries weight. Fans began to ask questions that felt almost taboo just a few years ago. Is Jungkook's seemingly ageless appearance part of a long-term visual strategy? Has BTS, consciously or unconsciously, cultivated a sense of timelessness in its members to reinforce their mythic status? And if so, where does authenticity end and image-making begin? Industry insiders have long acknowledged that idols are trained not only in singing and dancing but also in self-presentation. Jungkook debuted with BTS in 2013 at just 15 years old, growing up under constant public scrutiny. For over a decade, cameras have followed him everywhere, capturing his evolution in real time. Unlike most people, whose changes unfold in private, Jungkook's face has been documented relentlessly. Some fans argue that this constant exposure actually heightens the illusion of sameness. When you see someone age gradually over thousands of images, the changes feel less dramatic than when you compare two random snapshots from years apart. Still, skeptics remain unconvinced. They point out that the resemblance in these particular photos goes beyond general youthfulness. The styling is uncannily similar, down to the bucket hat and monochrome palette. Was this coincidence, or a conscious nod to the past? In K-pop, nostalgia is a powerful tool, and recreating iconic looks is a common practice. Some fans speculate that Jungkook may intentionally revisit certain aesthetics as a way of honoring his journey, creating visual continuity between his younger self and the artist he is today. The conversation also touched on Jungkook's lifestyle. Armies were quick to defend him, citing his disciplined approach to health and fitness. Jungkook has often spoken about his rigorous workout routines, his dedication to dance practice, and his relatively clean lifestyle compared to typical celebrity excess. Combined with favorable genetics, these factors could plausibly explain his minimal aging. In South Korea, skincare culture also plays a significant role, and idols have access to top-tier dermatological care that most people can only dream of. To fans, the idea that Jungkook simply takes care of himself exceptionally well feels far more believable than any hidden conspiracy. Yet, even among defenders, the sense of awe remains. The term vampire visual resurfaced, a label frequently applied to K-pop idols who appear ageless. BTS members have been called this before, but Jungkook's case feels particularly striking because of the starkness of the comparison. 8 years is not a trivial span, especially considering what Jungkook has lived through in that time. World tours that spanned continents, grueling schedules with little rest, the pressure of global fame, the release of his solo album Golden in 2023, and the completion of his mandatory military service. These are experiences that typically leave marks, both physical and emotional. And yet, in these two images, those marks seem almost invisible. As media outlets picked up the story, headlines grew more provocative. Was this proof that Jungkook doesn't age? Or evidence of how carefully idols curate their images? Or perhaps a reflection of how fans project their own narratives onto the faces they adore? The truth, as always, likely lies somewhere in between. A photograph is never just a neutral record of reality. It is a moment shaped by context, intention, and perception. Lighting can erase years, angles can soften features, and familiarity can trick the eye into seeing sameness where subtle change exists. Still, the emotional impact of the comparison cannot be denied. For many fans, seeing Jungkook look so similar to his younger self triggered a wave of nostalgia. It was a reminder of their own journeys alongside BTS, of growing older while watching these artists remain seemingly unchanged. In that sense, the viral photos tapped into something deeply human, the desire to believe that time can be paused, that certain moments and people can remain untouched by its relentless march. Others, however, found the discussion unsettling. They questioned whether the pressure to remain eternally youthful places unrealistic expectations on idols. If fans celebrate images that suggest no aging, does that leave room for artists to change, to show where, to be human? Jungkook has often spoken about wanting to be seen as an artist rather than an idealized figure. Yet moments like this reveal how easily he is still framed as something almost supernatural. The speculation around branding strategies added another layer of intrigue. BTS has always excelled at long-term storytelling, weaving narratives across albums, visuals, and eras. Some fans theorized that the resemblance between the two photos might be unintentional, yet symbolically powerful, reinforcing the idea that BTS's core identity remains intact despite time and transformation. Others wondered if HYB, the company behind BTS, understands the power of such moments and subtly encourages visual callbacks that ignite viral discussions, What makes this phenomenon particularly fascinating is how quickly admiration shifted into analysis, and analysis into suspicion. In the age of social media, nothing exists in a vacuum. A single image can be magnified, dissected, and reinterpreted until it carries meanings far beyond its original intent. Jungkook's photos became a mirror reflecting not just his face, but the collective mindset of fans living in an era obsessed with youth, authenticity, and hidden truths. As of now, neither Jungkook nor his agency has commented on the viral comparison. And perhaps that silence is part of why the story continues to grow. Without an official explanation, fans are left to fill the gaps with their own interpretations, jokes, theories, and emotional responses. Is there really a secret behind Jungkook's unchanged appearance? Or is the real story about how we, as viewers, choose to see him? One thing is certain. Even in 2026, after hiatuses, solo projects, and military service, BTS, and Jungkook in particular, remain unrivaled in their ability to dominate online discourse. A simple fan post was enough to ignite a global conversation, reminding everyone that the group's cultural influence is far from fading. Whether you see the photos as proof of extraordinary genetics, disciplined self-care, or strategic image management, they have already achieved something remarkable. They made millions stop, stare, and ask questions, and maybe that is the true secret being hidden in plain sight. Not an anti-aging formula or a carefully guarded branding trick, but the enduring power of fascination. Jungkook doesn't just look the same, he makes people feel the same sense of wonder they felt years ago. In an industry that thrives on constant reinvention, that kind of consistency can feel almost miraculous. So, is Jungkook truly untouched by time, or are we simply witnessing the result of perception, memory, and carefully captured moments colliding into a viral illusion? As the debate continues to ripple across timelines and headlines, one question lingers, refusing to fade. When 8 years disappear in a single glance, what does that say about him? And what does it say about us? The question refuses to settle, and as the conversation stretches far beyond fan circles, it begins to tap into something much larger than Jungkook alone. Because when a single comparison photo can trigger disbelief, admiration, suspicion, and even existential reflection, the story is no longer just about visuals. It becomes about time, image, and the modern obsession with permanence in a world that changes too fast. As the viral post continued to circulate, media analysts noted how unusual the reaction pattern was. Typically, celebrity comparison photos spark brief praise and then fade. This one did not. Instead, engagement kept climbing, comments grew longer, and quote reposts turned into mini essays. People weren't just reacting, they were debating. Some users pulled up other photos from different years, attempting to prove subtle differences in Jungkook's jawline, eyes, or skin texture. Others countered by aligning screenshots, insisting that any perceived change was negligible. The internet effectively turned into a courtroom, with Jungkook's face as the central piece of evidence. Why did this comparison feel different? One reason lies in Jungkook's unique position within BTS and global pop culture. He is not only the youngest member, but also the one many fans feel they grew up with. For longtime armies, seeing Jungkook at 20 evokes memories of a specific era. Mic drop performances, explosive choreography, and the moment BTS began to feel truly unstoppable. Seeing him at 28, after everything that has happened since, yet looking nearly identical, collapses those years into a single emotional beat. It feels as if time itself glitched. That emotional response is powerful, and it fuels speculation. Some netizens suggested that Jungkook's awareness of his own image has evolved into a kind of visual muscle memory. After years of being photographed, he may instinctively replicate expressions and postures that he knows resonate. This is not manipulation in a malicious sense, they argue, but professionalism honed over time. When a camera appears, the idle version of Jungkook activates automatically, producing consistency that can look uncanny when placed side by side with older images. Others took a more critical tone, questioning the broader system that rewards such consistency. In K-pop, youth is currency. Visuals are not a bonus, they are a core part of the product. Idols are praised for looking younger than their age, while visible aging is often met with harsh scrutiny. Against this backdrop, Jungkook's unchanged appearance becomes both a marvel and a pressure point. If fans celebrate this illusion of timelessness, does it quietly reinforce the idea that aging is something to be hidden? Yet, interestingly, many fans flipped that narrative on its head. They argued that Jungkook does not look frozen in time because he is clinging to youth, but because he has grown into himself early. In their view, his features were already well-defined at 20, leaving less room for dramatic change later.